You can put him
Mr. Matthews
for
indicated he would
anywhere
like to
from
speak
2
to
to
you, Your Honor.
6.
I did
It's,
advise him against this. However,
used a
he would like
deadly
to speak
weapon,
to you
so
at
I
this
guess
time.
it's a
To me?
3G offense.
Yes, Your Honor.
For what purpose?
So he'd have to do half the time. He's
What do
been
you
in
wanna
for a
say?
little bit.
I have evidence in my
Now,
case.
so I
I
think
wrote
it's
a letter
more of a
also and
based
submitted
on what
information into
you had here
But
and his past.
what do you want me to do with that?
And
Well,
all the other things that have
this
occurred.
case is for year
Maybe
2010 through 2013
10 years
for a
probation
total
to
of
try to straighten them out.
$58,000 in child support.
But
So for those
the
3 years,
indications are
it's
that
calculated up to $1,100.
you may be spinning your wheels here. I'm being
At that
totally
time,
frank with the
I was on food
honest with the
stamps,
court.
and that
Especially if
that
someone doesn't take
amount
responsibility.
would
And I know
would
I'm
not have
speaking
been
in
an
reference to my
accurate
client.
child
understand.
support amount. Now, for
He's a
as
young
far as
kid,
the
his
warrant,
actions
I
that
went to
were
court in
described
Tennessee in September
PSI
9th
report
of
from
2021
investigating officers.
on this matter, and a judge ruled on it.
Especially with
So I
this
wasn't
type of
aware of
charge
the warrant or anything
and
like
looking
that.
at
I've
penitentiary
sent certified
time.
mail.
Hold on this to your attorney because
It's
I'm
not
a young,
good.
but I can't do anything.
I have
So
my attorney refused to
how
work
can I
for
make the
me
recommendation?
as I
As
needed
an
him to.
attorney, would love to give him a second chance and put him on probation, but
so
am I
with
setting
your
him
law
up for
degree,
failure
you were going to try to tell him
immediately?
what he needed to do.
But it's a
and
third
some of
degree
that stuff he
felony,
couldn't
which
do.
is 2 to
Again,
10.
So it's not working
The
for
cap
you.
is
Forgive
6.
me, Your Honor, for addressing the court,
So
but
you're looking at
it's not
another
submitted
2
any
years
information
if he's
that will
convicted
get me home to my
of the 10
family.
years.
I had my employer has advanced me $10,000 towards my
kind of more than
bond.
that. He's
Get home
on
to
parole
attend
from
to
the
my
juvenile
business on
system
Monday.
for several violations.
I did send information
He's
that was
on
provided
parole
to
and
Ms.
he
Gaines
commits
by
this
Mr. Matthews' rights
crime
to A.G.
of
Williams this
deadly
morning.
conduct.
Obviously, A.G. Williams is not the
And
attorney
he's been through the
on
system
today, but that was the attorney
since
on
21.
the docket. So that's who I sent this information to and
And
communicated with earlier this week
evading
about Mr.
arrest,
Matthews.
So you
unauthorized
actually
use of
did
motor
your
vehicles
job.
theft,
Right,
violation of
Mr. Buckovich?
juvenile orders,
But nobody
violation of
appreciates it.
juvenile court orders,
I
violation
got
of
you.
juvenile court order,
Anything else you want to tell me?
Yes, sir.
and then
I was
parole, a
extradited
form of
from
parole that
Texas.
we really
From
don't
here,
deal
it's
with
been
too
a total of
much from the
27
juvenile
days
system, but
that
he
I've
was
been
under a
incarcerated.
form of supervision when he commits this third
The
degree
letter
felony
that I wrote to you
of
explains a lot more in detail. I
shooting,
have
being
$10,000
with
for my
some
bond
or a
so that
party
I
to
can be
it,
released to get back to work. My
shooting
wife
firearms
Requires
at others.
25%. So if you're at 58, I'm going to be somewhere
And
around 16,
We're talking about
17,000.
AR-15 style
14,500.
weapons here.
I have your bond in this case set at 16,80462.
He pleads
Yeah,
guilty
the numbers that were submitted
under
for the
oath.
total is about
And
3
then
different numbers. And
we
I'm not
have
sure which
this
one is
pre-sentence
correct.
report.
I received a letter in the mail.
Well, if you
So-
paid the 16,000,
What are you asking?
it's going to go to where sport should be anyway. So I'm not changing the bond.
Or ask him for
Right.
deferred good.
Anything else?
Go ahead.
No, sir.
What do you want me to do with this case?
Judge, you probably have 6 to 10 individuals that are
I
going
just
to appear
opened that to the
separately
floor.
at different
So,
points
you
in
know.
times
You
in
asking
front of
me?
you
You
out of
asking
this
me?
particular back
Huh?
situation. Some people in the
Whoever wants to
courtroom
answer that.
and those
Well,
listening will remember
I
this
believe that the 10,000 should be
nonsense
accepted.
that occurred
Okay.
back
To my wife and
in
son.
10,000. Then you
May
need to come up with
of
about
2025.
6,000 plus more.
The facts are that there was a shooting, that there were 2 people in
case
this
is between the
particular
years of
scenario that were
2010 and
armed with
2013.
AR-15 style
Okay.
rifles. This is
And
one of them.
somehow those children had to survive without you paying
He's a
your child
menace
support.
to our
It
community.
was only 3 years. My son is 30 years old now.
He is making Jefferson
Okay,
County
and it's
unsafe.
And I want to pay it, sir.
We cannot do
I do wanna
anything to
pay
get
it.
this man's
Can I
attention
start with
other
the
than to put him
$10,000?
into prison.
We will take the 10. Then you
This
gotta come up
whole
with 6.
scenario and what our
I told you
community
that.
keeps having to deal with in
I mean, I'll
Jefferson
keep repeating
County
myself as long as you want to
makes
keep
a lot
repeating
of us
yourself.
fearful
I don't
to
have a
sleep
problem.
at
I got
night.
all day.
When Mendoza states here that after getting shot that he believes that young people deserve a second chance, I agree with him. He even said that after 6 to 7 bullets entered through his apartment, and he was one of the people that is the victim in this particular matter. But it's that senseless level of violence that drives us to try to do something different. Detective Jackson, who's present in the courtroom, is mortified by having to deal with these type of matters. And what is more compelling about this young man and why it is that we can't help him by probation is the fact that he's shown no remorse. He's accepted no responsibility. When he was interviewed by the police department, he basically laughed about this singing and dancing during the periods of times in which this was being interviewed. After toting around
This is the offer we talked
an
about Tuesday
AR-15
when
on
leaving,
surveillance
we paid
video
certain portions down,
where
then
shootings
reduced the
occurred
charge.
and somebody could have been killed, all while he was on parole.
Wow.
I just don't know how you help somebody who will not help themselves. That's why, despite his age, I ask that what's most appropriate is that you give him 6 years.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor, unless Mr.
You'll be
Plainfield.
waiving,
Did you
Your Honor.
want to say
Pardon?
anything?
You're waiving, Your Honor.
Okay. Right. That was almost lunch. So you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination?
Yes,
You understand that that's a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it.
yes.
You understand you will not have that hearing and
The
that you'll
pre-sentence
proceed to
report
circuit
is
court for further
made a part
resolution.
of the record for all
When would the hearing
purposes. And
Pardon?
When would the hearing be?
Soon.
the pre-sentence
set a
report
date.
includes
Okay,
I mean, this isn't a negotiation.
some
You want to waive or
information.
not?
well,
Uh,
I
You
do,
want to waive or not?
but I don't understand all the court
essentially
proceedings.
the
Okay,
defendant's
that's what-
version
I'm not
of
a
all of
criminal.
this at
To
the end of the
listen to
day
me.
was, I was in the wrong place at the wrong
He's
time.
been doing this for 2 years.
The
And I'm
victim
not a criminal.
of
2
this
years
case
behind.
states, I feel as though everyone deserves a second chance, but not when you just
Do
randomly
you wish
shoot
to
at
waive your
people.
preliminary examination?
Yes,
He should not get probation. There
will
was
also
several of
waive-
us in my apartment at the time,
Yes, Judge,
in their
thank you.
home. When gunshots
Better
rang
waive.
out, we got
All
on the
right.
floor.
Preliminary
A
examination
friend's
having
car
been
was
waived.
shot up.
Defendant is
I
bound over
think
to
two
circuit
groups
court on
thought
the
the
single
car
count.
belonged to
Mr.
another
Bukovich,
group,
with your 2
not
years
us.
experience,
There
consider
were
this
at
verdict.
least 6 or
ahead.
7
To waive formal
bullets
reading
that
information
were,
and stand
that
mute as to the
entered these
charges.
people's
Defendant
apartment
having
from
waived
the
formal reading,
outside.
standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea.
Because you and
Pretrial in
others
this
are
matter
shooting at
will
each
be
other
set.
downstairs, and then people are trying to
Here's your
live.
date, April
and
9th,
then you got 6
2026,
and 7 bullets
1:30 before
whizzing
Judge
by.
Slay.
What kind of place is this supposed to be? This is the United States of America. We're supposed
I
to
have
have
one
better
question,
than this.
Your Honor. If I pay the
And he
bond,
states, I don't
get out,
deserve what
I
happened.
reside in Tennessee.
I even had to move
where
out of
my
my
home
own
is.
home.
Will I be allowed to go home and
This
then
was
come back to
supposed to
court?
be a safe
If you
space.
pay the bond, you're gonna have to stay in Michigan
Well,
until the court gives you
The detective
permission.
in this case,
So now,
his
this having
summary
been waived,
is
Judge Slay
pretty good.
would be the one that you'd have to ask.
And it summarizes what this is all about.
Where would I stay
chaos.
here in Michigan?
And
Where would you stay?
irresponsible, lawless
Well,
behavior
We're providing accommodations at
by
this
you and
point.
others.
Well, once I get out,
This is a case where multiple people,
I don't
persons,
make
multiple
hotel
humans could have been
reservations.
killed.
I don't push.
as a result of shooting at others. One of
It's
them
at
was struck with
Children's House.
gunfire and was rushed to the hospital.
Listen,
listen, this is my life.
And another one
I
was shot in
understand
the
that,
arm.
sir, but you're asking me questions.
When they
27 days
uh,
incarcerated for no reason.
arrested
No,
you
there is a
and
reason. You
were
just pay your
investigating,
child support.
your
Now, if you want to
attitude
keep going, I can do
displayed
something else
no
with the
concern.
bond. But I think we're done.
You were
here.
bothered by being arrested.
Thank you.
This is
knowing
my life,
that
man.
Yes,
People's
I
lives
know.
had been
And you take
jeopardized.
part of
People
mine
could have
that I
been
don't
killed
get
and
back.
somebody was
Goodbye.
shot.
Goodbye.
You were
Judge
singing
Simpson,
and
if I
dancing
could
during
just
the
say,
interview.
and I think he
having a
may be
good
too
time.
proud to say, Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender.
No
His wife
remorse
contacted me,
or
and
showing of
either
any
today or
care
yesterday,
whatsoever.
I mean, their son was murdered
After being told what
within the past
charges
year, and
you
this
would
is
be
the court
placed under,
period time. So
you
I think
started
he is
singing and
under
dancing again.
a level of stress and
I understand.
task. But I
Took
just
no
want to
accountability
apologize.
It's a motion,
for your
a way
actions.
to do that.
Yes,
And
yes.
Just to listen to
this
Mr.
is all
Bukovich. Mr.
while
Bukovich could have gotten that before the
you
court.
had
It could have been
been
addressed. He wanted to
dealt
handle it
with
his own way. So
more than once,
my
numerous times
condolences to
under
his
the
family,
juvenile
but this isn't the
laws
way it's done.
for your irresponsible behaviors of
Yes.
evading arrest, unauthorized use of motor vehicles,
Court
thefts,
calls the case, people
then
versus
violations of
Kylie
your juvenile court orders, and you were under a form of
All right.
parole
What are we
with the
doing?
juvenile
Mr.
system.
Matthews indicated he'd
when
like to
you
speak to you, Your Honor.
were
I did
involved
advise him
with all
against
of
this.
this.
However, he would like to speak to you at this time.
Speak to me.
Yes, Your Honor.
For what purpose? What do you want to say?
According to the
I have
probation
evidence in my
office,
case.
you don't,
I wrote a letter
you
also
failed to
submitting
take
information into my
responsibility
case.
for your
Yeah.
actions
But what do you want me to do with that?
and blamed it on others.
This case
And
is for year
Stated
2010.
you were just
to
in the wrong place
2013
at the wrong time
for a total of $58,000
and
in
expressed
child
no
support.
remorse for the victims.
So for those 3 years, it's
Any
calculated up
success
to
rate on probation
$1,100
is
a
poor,
month.
according to the
that
probation
time,
office.
I was on food stamps, and that that amount would not have
Anything
been
else
an
after all
accurate
of this?
child
Did you want to
support
say anything,
amount.
sir?
Now,
You don't want to
for
say
as
anything.
far as the warrant, I went to court in Tennessee.
You were doing a
in
lot of singing
September
and dancing
9th
at the
of
time that they were
2021
investigating. You don't want to
on
do any
this matter,
talking now?
and the judge ruled on it.
What they talking about?
So I wasn't
They
aware
weren't-
of
they
the
were
warrant
lying.
or anything like that. I've
Everybody
sent
seems to
certified
have had a
mail.
different
Hold all
story
this to your
here.
attorney
The
because
investigation
I'll
is
but I can't
completely
do anything.
I
different
have
from what
my
you
attorney
say.
refused to
But
work
you're
for
the one
me
in all the
as
trouble.
I needed him
You're
to.
the one with all these juvenile violations.
Oh,
You're the one on
so
parole.
with your
You're the
law
one who
degree,
shouldn't
you
have
were
been
going
even
to
out
tell
there.
him what he needed to do.
Around it.
And
was-
some of that stuff he couldn't
What
do.
kind of parole are you
Forgive me,
following?
Your Honor.
It's not working for
Parole
you.
Forgive me, Your
laws
Honor,
don't
for
allow
addressing
you
the
to be
court,
doing
but
some of this.
it's not submitted
yet you're
any
doing it anyway.
information that would get me home to my
But the most
family.
important thing is you looked me right in the eye,
I had my
and
employer has
stated that you
advanced
were
me
guilty of this
$10,000 towards my
crime
bond.
under
Get
oath,
home to attend to my business on Monday.
didn't you?
Yes.
I
Were
did
you
send
lying to
information
me?
that was provided to Ms. Gaines by Mr. Matthews White's to
Were you
AG Williams this
lying to
morning.
me under
Obviously,
oath?
AG Williams is
You
not
want to
this
add perjury to
on
everything
today,
else?
but that was the attorney on the docket, so that's who I sent this information to and communicated with earlier this week
You were
about Mr.
hereby
Matthews.
sentenced
So
to
you actually
confinement
did
in the
your job.
institutional division of the
Right,
Texas
Mr.
Department
Butler?
of Criminal Justice to serve a
But
term of
nobody
6
appreciates it.
years. And
I got you.
the
Anything else? you want to know?
judgment shall
Yes, sir.
reflect that
I was
a
extradited
deadly weapon,
from
namely a
Texas.
firearm, was used in the commission of this
From here, it's been a
offense.
total of
You will be
27
given credit
days
for all time you have
that I've
served
been
in accordance with this case. Do you understand what has happened today,
The
sir?
letter that I wrote to you explains
Yes.
a lot more
Yeah.
in
Okay.
detail.
That
I
is
have
all.
$10,000